Hello students and hello to everyone. Today let's look at this question. Determine the first four terms of a geometric sequence where the second term is 10 and the ninth term is 5 over 64. So please pay some attention on this one guys, because I think it's one of the trickiest or the complicated ones in geometric sequences, whereby you are only given certain terms of the sequence, only two terms maybe. Look, we have to determine the four terms, okay? Only given that the second term is 10 and the ninth term is 5 over 64. One of the main things that you have to master, guys, is that remember that in order for you to get the terms in a geometric sequence, to get R specifically, we have to first get R there, because we don't even have R, the common ratio, in order for us to get the resulting term. So let's look at R, okay? Yes. In order for us to get R is to multiply and divide when moving backwards. But in this particular case, we are going to formulate two equations, meaning that the equation is going to be composed of the second term, which is 10, and the second equation will be composed of ninth term, which is 5 over 64. So we are going to have those two equations, or are going to formulate those two equations in this particular sequence. All right. So in order for us to get R, we have to divide, right? Yes. And this one is ahead, the ninth term, and the second term is behind. Okay. Yes. All right. So in this particular case, the second term is 10. Okay. Let's just say here Tn is equal to AR to the power of n minus 1. So second term is 10, right? So the value there is 10 is equal to A, we don't know the very first term, R, we don't know R, n is the second term. So I mean that 10 is the second term, right? Yes, second term minus 1. Okay, yes. So 10 will be equal to AR to the power of 1, which is the same as R. Okay, yes. So this is going to be our equation 1. Okay, let's formulate equation 2 right now. So let's formulate equation 2 by saying Tn is equal to AR to the power of n minus 1. So Tn is equal to 5 over 64. 5 over 64, which will be equal to AR to the power of 9 term. 9 minus 1, which is equal to 8 there. Okay, yes. So, and therefore, this equation will look like this. So AR to the power of 8. And this is going to be our equation 2. This is our equation 2, guys, okay? So now, let's divide equation, okay? Let's divide equation 2 with equation 1. Let's divide this equation by this equation so that you can find the value of R as well as A. Because if you find the value of R, we're done with everything, because we're just going to substitute in one of the equations just after we get R so that we can get A. After getting A is the first term, we have R. So we are going to multiply by that ratio to get the other terms. I hope you get it. All right, so the equation 2 is 5 over 64. So equation 2 is 5 over 64. 5 over 64 is equals to AR to the power of 8. Okay, divide by equation 1, okay, which is 10 is equals to AR. Okay, all right, let's work. All right, let's start from which side, guys? Let's start from this side, right? 5 over 64 divide by 10. 5 over 64 divide by 10. Okay, so in this case now, you know that we have a fraction, okay? Yes, dividing with another fraction, which is going to be over 1, 10 over 1, right? Yes. So you know that we can simply say, and just work on the side here, you can simply say 5 over 64 divided by 10, which is same as 10 over 1, right? Yes. So this will be equals to 5 over 64 multiply. We have to change this to become its inverse. So mean that you can change 10 to, or you can proceed 10 to its inverse, which is going to be 1 over 10. 1 over 10. Okay, yes. So which is going to be equals to 5 multiplied by 1, 5 over 64 multiplied by 10, 640. So 5 over 640, 5 over 64 divided by this is 5 over 640, which is equal to, okay, a divided by a, pay attention, exponential skills. A divided by a is a variable. So you know that we have power of 1, which is equals to a. We take this, the bases are the same, right? So we take this power and we move to this side. It's going to be 1 minus 1. So it's going to be 1 minus 1. So which is going to be a to the power of 0, which is 1. Okay, so meaning that a cancels a. So we have r to the power of 8, right? Divided by r. R to the power of 8 divided by r. Very same applications there. So this is going to be equal to r to the power of 8. The bases are the same, right? Yes. Bring up this exponent, which is 1. This power, which is going to be negative 1. So and therefore our r will be equal to r to the power of 7. So we have r to the power of 7 there. Hope you get it. Alright. Now we want the value of r. We're just going to simply say 7, 7. Okay, yes, we're just going to put a square root there and just 7, 7, so that this can cancel this because we want r, right? Yes. So we're left with r on this side. What about this side? So just press on the calculator, just put 7 there, put a square root, 5 over 640. So let's check. Okay, let's check. Okay, 5 over 640, that's going to be equals to 1 over 2. That's going to be equals to 1 over 2. Okay, yes, and therefore r is equals to 1 over 2. Let's just simply put it in a formal way. Okay, r is equals to 1 over 2, and therefore r is equals to 1 over 2. Now the next following step is just to find the value of a. So for the value of a, we're just going to simply substitute the value of r here. So we have to substitute the value of r in equation 1. Okay, the value of r in equation 1. So we're going to have 10 is equal to ar. Okay, yes, which is equation 1. So 10 is equal to a multiplied by half. Okay, so a multiplied by half, so it's half a, right? Yes. So 10 is equal to half a. So divide by half. So this cancels this, we left with a. So 10 divided by half is equal to 20. So the value of a is equal to 20. Our very first term in that sequence is 20. So if we have 20, so if we have 20, we're just going to have 20 multiplied by half is 20 multiplied by half, which is going to be 10, the second term, right? Multiplied by half is going to be 5. Multiplied by half is going to be 5 over 2, right? Yes, or 2 comma 5. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, so we just answered that question. That's how it goes. Have a great day. Cheers.